But one officer is dead. Another has been critically injured. A suspect is in custody after opening fire at a hospital on the city's north side. Police right now are giving an update.
Deep into it, we do know that there was a third weapon recovered, so we're doing a full investigation on that right now.
Were they the only officers, I guess, involved in the situation at that hospital? Were they with any other members of the unit?
Right now, the information, those officers were there as transport officers themselves, so there were no other officers present at the time.
Can you tell us why the suspect was arrested in the first place and where the suspect was found after this incident?
Well, he was taken into custody for a suspected robbery. And usually when you see those types of crimes, these are very violent individuals. So, and I'm speaking generally there, not particularly about this case, and I want to make that clear, because this is still under investigation. So I just want to be general there, where we know that people in our city have been harmed by people who commit crimes like robbery and gun violence.
Could you provide any details on why the suspect was being transported to Sweden in the first place?
Like I said, I won't get into the details of it, but observation. There are often times that we as the police, we take someone into custody. We want to make sure that if they suffering from some illness or something of that nature, that we get them treatment.
Last question.
Can you provide any context on where the suspect was apprehended, and was there any sort of hostage to the situation?
Right now, I don't have that information to share, and to be totally honest with you, I wouldn't share it right now because it's still under investigation, and we have a lot to unravel here. I just want to be clear about one thing. We can talk about the crime and the criminal activity that led up to this, but right now, this is about these officers and their family members. The loss of life, the senseless loss of life of an officer who was out attempting to protect the city. Another officer who is fighting for his life, attempting to protect this city. These are the dangers of policing. And once again, these officers know it, they understand it, but they still go out and they do it. Every single day that an officer gets up and put on his or her uniform, they don't really know if they're ever going to return home. They understand that that is a hazard of this job and this profession, but yet they go out, they do it over and over again, day in and day out, for everyone who's standing here right now, to make sure that you're as safe as possible. So I just want to make it clear to people how difficult this job is, the difficulties that officers face on a daily basis, the struggles that their families deal with every single day that they go out and leave their homes, not knowing if their family member is going to return home. Children who are left
Commander
behind.
Larry Snelling of the Chicago Police Department. Behind him, you see Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson. Speaking about the officers who were killed today, we do know now, he has confirmed that one officer, 38 years old, 10-year veteran of the force, has died. The other has been critically injured. He's 57 years old, and he is a 20-year veteran of the Chicago Police Department. They are not releasing any names right now. And the commander, once again, just talking about the importance of the work that the men and women in uniform do each day to keep the citizenry safe. We will bring updates as we learn more.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.